happy last day.
Thanks. It's very bittersweet. I'll miss you guys. I know that's probably not something anyone would expect me to say, but obviously it's been great working with all of you. And I think people don't realize about this job. The briefings and what I just did on TV is 10%. 90% of it is taking all of your calls at 5 in the morning and 11 p.m. at night. And I won't really miss that, but I will miss working with you guys every day. So thanks for being colleagues. And I know the president will continue to take your calls and provide you with statements every day until he assumes a replacement for the role. So just thanks for being partners here at the White House, and good luck.
Karoline, do you have any advice for the next White House press secretary?
I will give my advice to whomever assumes the job. You know, I think it's most important in this job to understand that President Trump is his own best spokesperson, and we joke, Stephen Chung and me, that he is the true communications director and press secretary here at the White House. And just understanding that, knowing that, and believing in the mission. I mean, I think you guys can all see I believe so much in my heart about what this president is doing every day, the policies he's enacting. It's been an honor to speak on behalf of him and to understand his thinking and to relay it to all of you, but also to the country over the past 20 months, and then again before that on the campaign. And I'll still be around. I'm gonna just go to the other side so I can spend some more time with my kids. But again, thanks for everything.
This is breaking news. Karoline Leavitt became emotional as she prepared to leave her role as White House press secretary, marking the end of a high-profile chapter inside President Donald Trump's administration. The White House press secretary is one of the most demanding communications positions in Washington. The person in that role becomes the administration's public face, often dealing with difficult questions about foreign policy, the economy, national security, and controversies surrounding the president. For Leavitt, that meant frequent appearances in front of cameras and intense scrutiny from journalists across the political spectrum. Her style was often direct and combative, particularly when defending President Trump and challenging criticism of the administration. Her departure therefore marks more than just a personnel change. It represents the end of a period in which Leavitt became a central figure in the daily political conversation in Washington. As Karoline Leavitt leaves the White House press secretary position, she closes one chapter of her political career while preparing for what comes next. Her final day brought an emotional moment to a role that is usually dominated by political arguments, tough questions, and high-pressure headlines. For now, Leavitt is stepping away from the podium, but she is not disappearing from the political scene. And with the next phase of the Trump administration underway, Washington will be watching closely to see who takes over the powerful White House communications role and how the administration's message evolves. What do you think about Karoline Leavitt's decision to step away from the White House podium? Let us know in the comments, and subscribe for more breaking US political news. Leavitt, who became one of the most recognizable faces of the White House, addressed reporters on her final day and reflected on her time behind the podium. During her tenure, Leavitt regularly stood before the White House press corps to defend President Trump's policies, answer tough questions, and deliver the administration's message to the American public. Her briefings often became major moments in the political news cycle, drawing intense attention from both supporters and critics of the administration. But on her final day, the tone was noticeably more personal. Leavitt became emotional while talking about the people she had worked with inside the White House and the reporters she had faced during her time as press secretary. She said she would miss the experience, including the daily interactions and the demanding schedule that came with one of the most visible communications jobs in American government. Leavitt's departure also highlights the personal demands of working at the center of presidential politics. She has young children, and stepping away from the press secretary position will allow her to spend more time with her family. But this is not necessarily a complete exit from the Trump political operation. Reports indicate that Leavitt is expected to remain involved as a senior outside advisor connected to Trump's political operation, including work with MAGA Inc. That means her voice could still be heard in the broader Trump political movement, even though she will no longer be the person standing behind the White House podium every day.